Hey, Doc Jones here from the HomeGrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine. And I just wanted to let you know the cut, bite, and sting kits are back. Yeah, we sold these little rascals. We made a whole bunch of them, and they just sold like hotcakes, And why did they do that? Well, it's 'cause people love hotcakes. That's why I didn't think that the maple syrup would help that much, but they went right out the door when we put the maple syrup on them. Anyway, we're got these little guys back again. And let me tell you a little bit about this kit. This is a kit that I put together. I do a lot of wound management in the veterinary practice and in the naturopath practice. And there's just some things I always use. I have a formula for bleeding that I use. I have a formula, the Poultice formula that accelerates healing. And I have a Venom and Sting formula that I use on, bee stings, wasp stings, rattlesnake bites even. And that's really it. I mean, that's all I'm using. And so I thought, well, geez, that's pretty simple. Why don't we make a simple little travel kit that people could take with them when they're out hiking or, on a trip or whatever. And so that's what this is. This is the cut, bite, and sting kit. And it's got a little card in here that tells you how to do everything. And there's very clear instructions on how to use these items. And so what we have is we have 3 tinctures. We have the Poultice tincture, and we have a Poultice powder, okay? And then we have a Venom and Sting tincture, and we have a Venom and Sting powder, okay? And then there's, last but not least, there's a bleeding tincture and a bleeding powder. And so those 3 formulas are very effective internally and topically for those 3 problems, okay? So the bleeding tincture internally, I use all the time for internal bleeding. And the powder I use topically on wounds, okay? I wouldn't use the tincture on a wound. That would sting and it wouldn't be as effective, but the powder's great. The Venom and Sting, same thing. You can put a poultice of the Venom and Sting powder on a bite, and it will really help pull some of that venom out and neutralize it. You can also use the tincture topically on a bite, and that's very effective. And of course, you can use either one, the powder or the tincture, internally. And then the Poultice formula is for accelerating healing. Okay, and it has some antibiotic herbs and some anti-inflammatory herbs and some other things. But principally, the big player there is comfrey, and it's accelerating healing by stimulating cell division, right? And so we have the Poultice powder, and you just mix a little bit of water with that and put it on the wound. Or you can use the Poultice tincture, and again, that can be internal or topical. And what I'm actually doing as often as not anymore in my wound management cases is I'm using the Poultice tincture as a wound spray, okay? And that is really easy. So what we've included also is this little spray bottle. And we've got 4 little pre-measured vials of water, of sterile water. So you put the water in the spray bottle and you put a little bit of that tincture in there, and the instructions tell you how to do all this. And then you can spray that wound. You can make a wound spray. And if you want to see some dramatic, amazing results with that wound spray, go to the blog at homegrownherbalist.net and look around at some of those wound cases we've done. Also in the kit, we have some little towelettes. These are not breath mints, so don't eat these, but they look like little lifesavers or something, throat lozenges. But if you get that wet, it turns into a great big moist towelette that you can do some cleaning with. And those are terrific. There's several of those in there. And then there's one last thing in here, and this is the thing that is the most fun of all. This is the duct tape suture kit. And this is for wound closure. If you have a laceration, you can put this on there and close that wound right up. And I'll show you how we do that. All right, so what we're going to need is, first we need a victim, right? So we're going to, we got this grapefruit here. We're going to make a laceration. If you've got children watching, cover their eyes because this is fairly violent here. We're going to just make a bad owie on the grapefruit. Okay. We can make a bigger owie than that. This is good for serious owies. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. So we get out our little duct tape suture kit out of our cut, bite, and sting kit. And these are all ready to go. They're pre-made and just super easy. So you got 2 adhesive strips there, and you've got some nylon string. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these off. And you want to put these so that the stick is about the width of your finger from the edge of that wound, okay? So you put that on like that. And then you take the other one and you put it on right here. Again, you want to be about the width of your finger from the wound margin. And I'll tell you in a minute why we're doing that. And you'll think, hey, that was a pretty good idea. All right. And then we've got the string, and we're just going to lace this up like a shoe, okay? And there's 2 of these in the kit. You can see just how quick this is. I'm even doing it without my glasses, which ought to show you how very simple this whole process is, okay? If you can tie a shoe, you can close a wound. Last one, and the last one on this side. Okay, so we've just laced that up like a shoe, okay? Now, we'll cinch that up just a little bit. And then we just pull that right together. Look at that. See that? Then you just tie it up. And you're all set. Now, then just put a square knot in it, or actually put more than one. Got a couple of square knots. Now you can see the reason that we've left some space there is that now I can take my, my Poultice formula or my bleeding formula or whatever. I can put it right on there as a Poultice, or I can spray the spray, right? If I made up the wound spray, I could spray that on there, right? And that will keep that wound closed, but still give you access, right? Which is a much better situation than a regular bandage, or if you put the whole piece of duct tape over there. Plus, you'd have all those adhesives and irritants right on your wound, and you don't want that. So anyway, that is the duct tape suture trick. And like I said, there's a couple of those included also in our cut, bite, and sting kit. All right, so there you go. That's the cut, bite, and sting kit from HomeGrown Herbalist. These are terrific gifts. If you know somebody that has skin, this would be a great gift for them. So they can poke that in their stocking and poke it in their backpack. It would probably chafe a little if they were hiking and it was in their stocking. But anyway, you can get one of these cut, bite, and sting kits, homegrownherbalist.net, while supplies last. And we encourage you to have a great holiday and take good care of yourself and take care of the people you love. This is Dr. Patrick Jones from the HomeGrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine.